All right, so if we're going to add with different denominators, we need to get a common denominator. And one way to get a common denominator, like if I'm working with, say, fractions, is to just multiply these two together. So the common denominator would be 15. So I can do the same thing with these over here. So I'm going to take 9, and this is going to be already 8x squared, and I'm going to multiply that by 12x to the third. But whatever I do to the denominator, I also have to do to the numerator. And so same thing on the next one. So this one, I'm multiplying by 8x squared, so that again, I can get that common denominator. And I'm going to do that to the numerator and the denominator. So 5 times 8x squared over 8x squared times 12 to the third. Okay, so now I can go ahead and do some multiplying, and I'll have a common denominator. So I have 8 times 12, oh sorry, 9 times 12, which is 108 x to the third, over 8 times 12, which is 96 x to the fifth, plus 5 times 8, so that's 40 x squared over, and then this has to be the same at 96 x to the fifth. And now I can go ahead and combine those two, so I have 108 x to the third plus 40x squared over 96x to the fifth. And now I can go ahead and break down this numerator and kind of factor it a little bit. So I know I can take out an x squared, and then the highest number I can take out of 108 and 40, I think, is 4. So if I pull out a 4, and then 108 divided by 4 is 27. This would be x plus 10 all over 96x to the fifth. And now I can go ahead and look at these two. And 96 divided by 4 is 24. That goes in 1, goes in 24. And then I can take off 2 here, which means I can take off 2 here, which gives me x to the third. So that my final answer is 27 x plus 10 over 24 x to the third. All right, so we finished that one. So let's go back up there to number 2, and we're going to do basically the same thing again. So my common denominator would be if I just go ahead and multiply those two together. I'm going to run out of room on my page here. So I have 3 over 2x, and I need to multiply both of those by 5x to the fourth, plus I have 7 over 5x to the fourth. I need to multiply both of those by 2x. So 5 times 3 would give me 15x to the fourth, over 5 times 2 is 10x to the fifth, plus 14x over 5 times 2 is 10x to the fifth. So now I can keep my denominators the same, and I'm going to change colors so I don't mix up. And I have 15x to the fourth plus 14x over 10x to the fifth. And then I'm going to factor this top part. Doesn't look like I can take a whole lot out of this one. Let's see here. I can pull out an x, I guess. So I pull out an x, and I'm left with 15x to the third plus 14 over 10x to the fifth, which means I can take off an x from here and an x from here, which brings it back down to this answer I put here. So 15x to the third plus 14 over 10x to the fourth.